G'day and welcome. Today is the third hunt for the Xbox 360 collection. The ultimate goal, to get 360 360 games. We may even go beyond that, but that is the ultimate goal. We have a full bookcase that we are set to fill up. So where are we off to today? Today we're off to Brown's Plains, or as we call it, Brown Stains, to do some video game hunting. I've also got to do some chores because it's Little Link's birthday on Saturday. So I've got to get some things to prepare for that. So the goal is to hit up some pawn shops, some charity shops, keks, and see what we can find to add to the Xbox 360 collection, maybe finding some other things along the way as well. So without further ado, let's jump in, let's go hunting, and let's see what we can add to our Xbox 360 collection today. Let's do it. Brown's Plains is somewhere that I haven't been to in quite a while. You have to get through tolls to get there. It's not far, it's about half an hour, but just generally I don't go in that direction. I used to have so much luck in that area. The cash converters there used to have racks and racks of games, great collectibles, but going there was quite disappointing. There's a definitely change in both Pennywise and cash converters where media is just getting slashed. Those areas are like maybe even a fifth of the size of what they used to be, and tools is just taking over those places. So we didn't have any luck in the op shops. That one game you saw at the start as well, that was damaged, and the pawnbrokers as well were a huge letdown. Before we went to CEX, we did go to the local EB Games there, which is probably the EB Games where I have the best finds still to this day. They have the best pre-owned selection in my opinion. And we found, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Batten and Kaitos 1 and 2 HD remastered. Now this is one where I know this is going to shoot up in price. This is going to be one of those expensive Switch games in a year or two. It was first shown in Nintendo Direct, but after that there was no real marketing for it near the game's launch. It did review pretty well. I think Metacritic's about 8.2. However, a lot of the major outlets didn't actually review this game, which is kind of bizarre to me, considering it is if you want the GameCube version, this is an expensive game on the GameCube, so this was a cost-effective way for people who didn't experience it during that generation to have a try of it, and it being a HD remaster. Found it pre-owned, $88. This in stock in Australia in the EB Games. There are only 5 copies in the whole of Australia that they currently had in stock. Pick this up if you find it. I speculate that this will be worth a lot. If I'm wrong, sorry, but if you want it and you want to collect, get it. After EB Games, we headed over to CEX in Grand Plaza, Browns Plains. Once again, I've gone here and there have been some fantastic games, and it's probably had the best collection of rare games previously. I went in there and most of the games were in trashed condition. Maybe trashed is a little bit too extreme, but they were not in great condition. Not enough where, as a collector, you would want to add it to your collection. You'd always be looking at, and it would just niggle at you about that the slipcover was damaged or the case or whatever. And weirdly, they had some NTSC games there. Now, whenever I take in an NTSC game, even if it's DS, they say no, we don't accept them, which was weird to see some NTSC games. I think it was Mortal Kombat versus DC, which I want for the collection, but not the NTSC version. And obviously Extreme Volleyball, I think it was. It's another one. I regret not picking that up. I think that's going to be another expensive one on the Xbox 360 when people start collecting hardcore for the Xbox 360. We're already seeing prices shoot through the roof right now. Sure, there are other sections, PSP, the third birthday, but I want the special edition for that one. So we went back to our old faithful, our local CEX, and we had some luck. Another small stack, but a good stack nonetheless. We got 5 games. Now, you will be noticing that 2 of these are duplicates. Why would I do that? Mainly for the cases. If they're 50 cent or $1 priced games and the cases are in immaculate condition, I would pick them up and then use them for the more expensive games. So cannibalize this, remove the slip, remove the game, put in the expensive game, slip, game, manual in this, and then I've got a beautiful case as well. So we got 2 copies of that because I will use these for cases where I deem the cases to have damage or sticky residue that you can't get off, which brings me to our first game, Castlevania Lords of Shadows. Now, as you can see, there is a little bit of sticker residue on the front, on the back, but also they've got these stupid, which they have to do if you want to sell games in Australia, the Australian PAL classification system and the front and the back. Lord of Shadows is a 3D entry in the Castlevania series, and obviously Symphony of the Night on the original PlayStation, which you can actually get digitally on. I hope you can still get it. It was on the Xbox 360, so I'm not sure if it's on the Xbox One store. But I've never played this era of Castlevania. I did try the Nintendo 64 ones, hiring from the local video store growing up, and they were shocking. But I've watched Retro Ghetto play this, and he seems to like it. And I think we have similar taste in games, so I'm going to give that one a go. Conan. Now this, oh man, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan, like that's just pure 80s. And this just seems to really kind of capture the atmosphere, the violence, and the feel of Conan. It's got strong violence, blood, gore, and nudity. So I really want to try this one. I want to see how far the nudity goes and everything like that. I'm always interested to see with censorship what they can and can't show in these games, especially during that era, because it's kind of, they were straddling the line a little bit. Now on the Nintendo Switch, there's pure porn games on there. But this is when we're transitioning from being very PC to being more liberal as far as with nudity and that. And you can even see just on the case there that there's I don't know if you class them as bikini class girls or whatever, like Princess Leia style kind of outfits on there. But yeah, that one is going to be dope to play. And lastly, you would have seen me showing last week that I saw Bully in my local CEX, and the case was, the slip was damaged, had a big tear in it. I regret not adding the other copy to the collection. Even better, when I went back this time, they had 3 copies, and I managed to pick up this one. Not only is this one obviously the Xbox 360 version, but it's got a different case. When the Xbox One launched, I think a couple of years into its life, they did a re-release of some Xbox 360 games with Xbox One cases. I believe this was one, Red Dead Redemption was another, and I'm not sure of what others exist, but this is a cool little variant of the game. This is the Xbox 360 version of it, but in the Xbox One case. And Bully is so underrated. Everyone talks about GTA, but Bully is GTA in school. Yes, there are some weird themes in it, but it is fantastic, and I really hope that this gets a remaster or a re-release on modern consoles, because I feel a lot of people did skip this. It did appear on the Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii from memory, but yeah, if you haven't got Bully, that will be another one that will go up in price, unless they do a remaster of it, in which case I think this will actually go down in value. So, although we didn't have any luck in Browns plays other than the Bent and Kaito remaster that we found, we did manage to find some games to add to the collection at our local CEX. I really want to branch out. I'm hoping it's not going to be CEX. I have a feeling we're going to have more pickups in the future, and we're going to start utilizing a lot more broader sources. And I've also got another package to open. You probably see me waving this around. I have no idea what this is, so this will be a kind of an unboxing where you and I are learning what's in here at the same time. Reason I don't know is I order a lot of international imports. I think PlayAsia and now Video Games Plus are my two favorite websites, and I also buy from like limited run games and that. So I don't know what's where because I didn't get a notification of anything shipping recently. Let's have a look. Kind of feels Switch-ish like. Oh yeah. This is perfect timing. Yep, so from Video Games Plus. Video Games Plus is a partner sister company to PlayAsia, North American based out of Canada, and they do a lot of the limited run releases and some super rare ones and everything like that. Their Canadian dollar is comparable to the Australian dollar, and they do free international shipping for anything you buy over $80. So, taking advantage of that, I got two games. One, Castlevania Advance Collection. Castlevania Advance Collection contains Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissidence, and Aria of Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow, I think, is the best one, as well as Castlevania Dracula X. Now, this was in stock, available now to ship, limited run games, so I didn't actually have to wait like a year, 2 years from limited run games. I got lucky that they have this in stock. So if you are a limited run games collector that's missed out on the pre-order window, make sure you check out Video Games Plus, because you never know what you'll find on there. They have some really cool ones that I have not picked up yet that I'm going to be adding in the future. Lastly, and this is a little bit of a weird one, this one is called Dream Cutter by Funbox Media. Now, Funbox Media make a lot of the publish a lot of the adult games that come out on the Switch, like Waifu Discovered and Waifu Undiscovered. Perky little things, to name just a few. And these are adult games. You would not play these, not safe for the workplace, and I guarantee this is something that you'll play by yourself. You don't want to be caught playing these games. They are very risky. There's a lot of nudity, and especially Perky Little Things is basically Penthouse, the game. I don't believe that this is to the same level of that. Oh, Craig, you have no idea how wrong you were. Lots of nudity. The reason I actually wanted this is it seems to be a 2D platformer action adventure game. But obviously the protagonist, that is very unassuming. 18 plus kind of, if you see 18 plus with Funbox, is probably going to be some form of nudity or some form of risqueness about it. This actually comes with a poster, a 52 x 34 centimeter poster, 4 double-sided art cards, and an embossed steelbook. The steelbook is what I really kind of wanted, so you can see it's like a steelbook edition with a slip. I am actually really excited to play this game, but there's no denying that this has some adult content in it. There's very limited quantities of these. It's sold out in Play Asia. That's why I went to Video Games Plus and luckily found the Castlevania collection, but there are only 4,000 units of these. So if you are a Switch collector, I would recommend picking this up for retail price. It does look like a really fun game. Future Craig here. Dream Cutters is not a good game. I am stuck on a spot and it seems like it's bad game design as far as I can't get up to an area that I need to with my abilities and I don't have time for it. So I'm pretty much done with the game. So not only did we manage to add some Xbox 360 games to the collection this week, we also managed to get 3 Switch games for the collection. The Nintendo Switch is probably the modern console that I collect for the most. I would love to say it was the Xbox Series, Xbox One, but let's face it, they're not publishing physical games for those consoles anymore. So you either get the PS5 version or collect for the Nintendo Switch. I, myself, do not actively collect for the PlayStation 4 or 5, so I've chosen to collect for the Nintendo Switch as well, which has a plethora of indies, and being region free, you can import to your heart's content and all play natively on your console. Until next time guys, happy gaming.